Hi everyone, it's Amy here from the blog I Think Therefore I Teach. Welcome to your next Pop of Ethics. This 5-minute summary will be on the application topic of euthanasia following the OCR spec. So, let me set up my timer. Here we go. The easiest way to deal with euthanasia as far as an essay is concerned is by looking at the main themes that it has, which are quality of life, sanctity of life, and personhood. Euthanasia is from the Greek words eu, thanatos, meaning easy death. It is the premature ending of someone else's life. This can happen in a number of ways. It can either be voluntary, where you want it, or non-voluntary, where that person is in a coma and somebody else needs to make the decision for them. You can also have active, which is where you're given a lethal dose, lethal injection, for example. This is illegal in the UK, whereas you can have passive euthanasia, which is omitting something like omitting a life support machine or medication. This is legal. James Rachels, however, points out that passive euthanasia is far more painful than active, and yet active is not legal, but somebody not having chemotherapy or turning off life support machine or withholding food, for example, not eating, is a far more long and drawn and painful way than active. When it comes to the ideas surrounding personhood is this discussion about what makes somebody a person. Can you lose that personhood? So if somebody is in a PVS, a persistent vegetative state, are they still a person? If somebody can't blink, eat, breathe on their own, should they be allowed to be euthanized? Should euthanasia be an option for them? Grieseth and Boyle argue no, you cannot lose your personhood. You are no less of a person if you are in a PVS. The next area that you could discuss is sanctity of life. Now, sanctity of life, many people think this is a religious or a Christian concept. It is not. Anybody can believe that life is sacred or life is important, and therefore life should be protected at all costs, and therefore not support euthanasia. However, Christians obviously do also hold that belief, arguing that we are all made with a spark of divinity or a spark of God within us, and we are all made in the image of God, amigo Dei, and therefore again you cannot take away that life that has been given, or take away that spark, and therefore all life is sacred and therefore should be protected. But one area that you could discuss or look into, and Daniel Maguire also mentions this point, is that life is a gift from God, but it's a gift, it's not a burden, and therefore, you can take a gift back, you can give a gift back to the person. You should be able to do what you want with a gift. So if God has given life to us as a gift, you should be able to then do what you want with it. God should not still have the keys over your life when it's been given as a gift. The final section that you can explore and talk about is quality of life. Now, Peter Singer is a big name when it comes to quality of life. This is where you assess the quality of somebody's life and whether euthanasia would be the best option for them. And so quality of life, it kind of opposes sanctity of life and says, yes, life is sacred, but let's look at the quality. One case that you could discuss is the Alkmaar case. This was in Switzerland, where in 1984, when a 90-year-old woman, or in her 90s, a woman wanted to be euthanized. She had no quality of life at all. She went to the doctors with her son, and the doctor agreed that yes, your mother can be euthanized because of the discussions that he had. And this then changed the ruling in Switzerland. It is now legal to be euthanized in Switzerland, but you have to be able to give yourself the medication. You have to be able to give yourself that lethal dose. Nobody else can give you that. However, it is still illegal to help or support somebody go across to Switzerland to be euthanized. This came up in the case of Diane Pretty quite a few years ago, where she wanted the right, she was a UK citizen, she wanted the right to be euthanized in Switzerland, and our government said no. And they said, if your husband helps you, we will arrest him. There are many other cases as well you can draw upon. Tony Nicklinson is a very interesting case. He had locked-in syndrome, so his brain, everything was working perfectly well, but he was locked in his own body, which was absolutely horrendous. And because he wasn't allowed to be legally euthanized in this country, he had to starve himself to death. And this again links into that James Rachel's point. So he had to starve himself to death because our country did not give him the right to be able to make that decision about the own quality of his life because of the sanctity of life argument. Yet the other areas that you can discuss are the cases like baby Charlotte or baby Alfie, where the government have actually overruled the parents' decision and stopped providing the support or omitted the support for these babies because they've been in such a bad situation or so poorly, yet the parents have said, no, please try, please resuscitate, please try this medication with them because we want our baby to survive, and the government have overruled them and said, no, you must let them die the next time that they flatline, do not resuscitate. And so the question then is why is somebody's life like Tony Nicholson, when he wants to die, he's consenting to dying because he's got locked-in syndrome, such a poor quality of life? That's time. Why is he then not allowed because sanctity of life is so strong, yet a case like baby Charlotte, for example, sanctity of life is not taken into consideration? The final point that I would like to add and mention is the slippery slope argument. This is the idea that the concern that if we did allow euthanasia to be legal in this country, that it become a slippery slope argument where everybody euthanized for reasons like getting somebody's will or because they're an inconvenience or save the NHS money or something like that. And what Helga Kuss from Netherlands says is that that is not the case in the Netherlands. They do not euthanize for anything other than of the greatest respect and the greatest importance and the greatest focus on life and the importance of life, and that it has not happened in the Netherlands. So that's another area that you could discuss. Obviously, you have to compare this with natural law and situation ethics. So do check the PowerPoint if you would like this in more detail. Also, you do have the lockdown special on euthanasia as well, where I go through this far slower and in more detail. But those are the key things that you can talk about within the topic of euthanasia. Don't forget to give me a thumbs if you like this video, and subscribe if you would like to keep regular updates of all the videos that I post. Otherwise, bye for now, folks. Thanks very much.